Hello all and welcome back to my channel, The Mug Life DIY. This is Julia and today I am participating in the Trash to Create Treasure. Now this is a monthly collab that Casey hosts and it is an open invite so anyone can join in on the recycling fun. Today I actually have two projects for you. The first project, I am using an old oatmeal container that I painted months ago. Just knowing I wanted to do something with it and never finished the project. Anybody else? Now I've got a little bit of time here in my night schedule of being a mom and among other things. So I knew this would be the perfect time to use this piece. I will have a video of how I do my painting technique listed above and in my description box. I took a cardboard box that I received from Melissa and Doug for a birthday present for my son. It was his 4th birthday. So I knew this was a nice sturdy box and it was super cute. Sorry, goodbye little red, you are gone forever. But this will be the backing to my wall planter that I will be creating. And because this is an open invite, we will have a playlist of all of the people who are joining in this challenge, so be sure to check those videos out next. Now that I have glued and cut down both parts of my box, I just kind of lined up how I wanted my little oatmeal containers. If you can't tell, faux galvanized look that I was going for. This is some leftover contact paper that I had that I actually just found underneath my bed last week. And I knew this would be perfect to give my little wall pieces a faux wood look. This is Dollar Tree contact paper. If you don't already know, you can get a lot of their stuff online, and I believe this contact paper is one of them. I don't recommend going out right now if you do not necessarily have to. Don't risk it, guys. Stay home for everyone. It's just better this way. I'm going to trim off the corners just so I can lay my piece flat. Now for my two wall hanging planters, I wanted them to be slightly different from one another. So one, I drew little black lines to make them look like little indentions or the galvanized holes that a lot of planters have. So I kind of just drew or painted them on and then kind of dry brushed the leftover I had. Now I'm going to just be gluing, and I say gluing, but heavily gluing would be a more accurate statement. I glued all around it. I was just layering glue on glue on glue. You can see this is the outside. I just kept piling it up on there, inside, outside, round. My cut wasn't even straight. There is a huge gap, and I just plopped on that hot glue like no other. It is totally fine because I will be covering up this hot glue right here with a little bit of faux galvanized paint. And believe me, you can't even tell that I glued around the outside. And I feel like this technique should just be called the Julia, because this is how I hang my sons. I take a piece of twine, plop some glue and a popsicle stick and press down. And voila, it's my wonderful hanging piece. Now I did add a few more popsicle sticks just to give it a little bit more stability. I wasn't quite sure what I would be hanging in it, but I do have an idea that this will be a pretty versatile piece that I can keep up year round. Add different floral arrangements or greenery or even possibly some little icicles for wintertime. This is some leftover burlap I had that kind of fill it in. And I also decided, hey, I have some leftover basket twine. No, what is this stuff? Jute. No, it's not jute. Guys, words. I, for the love, can't even think of what this rope, twine, jute, no. Anyways, so this was from another Trash to Treasure that I did, and I just glued on the top and the bottom just to kind of break up the monotony of the galvanized tin look that I was going for. This is more of my style, mixing and matching many things. I know now it's more or less called modern boho or modern farmhouse. It can kind of be an eclectic style, and I just like adding different things that I like. So that makes it even better when you just create and combine things that make you happy. And jumping right into project number 2, I will have the video of my first piece that I used using the Trash to Treasure. It was a horse stable playhouse that I found someone was throwing away. Yes, guys, literal trash. That is one of my favorite things. I actually picked this pastime up from my wonderful mama. Anyone else have some funny habits that they picked up from their grandparents? No, just me. That's okay. Anyways, it always makes me smile when I find something that I can recycle, repurpose, or just keep out of a landfill. And I do believe that Casey has the same passion, and is why she created this wonderful, wonderful monthly collab. Now, I will have the video, like I said, linked above of the first door that I made using this horse stable. I cut down the roof of that stable down to the side of my door, and I did not quite like the brownish faded color that the roof was, so I am painting it a grayish white black. Guys, I just plop paint on and kind of go with it. That's my style. If you have a more specific and detailed style, definitely do that. I did the darkest layer and then kind of faded it a little bit. And I even added a little bit of a rust color towards the end, but pretty much I'm just mixing paint right now. There's no rhyme or reason. As you can see, my complete hand is covered in blue paint. Now, to also add a little bit of dimension and texture to my little tin roof, I just started dabbing white paint. Yes, just dabbing. That is all. Nothing fancy, no sponge needed. Just dabbing and going. It allows a little bit of a mixture of the already tacky gray paint that I had, but I just really like to kind of touch where I want highlights to be, not necessarily any rhyme or reason, and just dabbing away. Here I am adding the rust. It is burnt sienna. It is an acrylic color paint, and I just love rust, so I kind of added it a little bit everywhere. Then I began adding some black paint in between. There was little lightly defined lines in my roof, but I just wanted them to pop a little bit more, so I added black to allow that. Now, these were the little horse water troughs where the horses drink from. Anyways, I painted them white acrylic paint. This is just the apple barrel, what I have. And I did have to do 3 coats to give it a nice even coat. If you have spray paint, that would work great on a plastic piece, something that you could rescue from a thrift store or maybe perhaps pick up in the trash like me. Now, if you haven't already guessed, I am using the roof piece to finish off my little hanging planter that I'm making. I wanted it to kind of resemble a lemonade stand. Now, this little metal sign that I am using here was a leftover piece from a Dollar Tree windmill. It has welcome written on it, and since I didn't paint any words or stencil anything on it, I thought this would add a nice sweet touch of welcome spring into my home, and I just glued it onto the roof part. Now, my camera did stop recording me actually gluing on the little stalls, or not stalls. I said it earlier, guys, these little planters that I'm going to be using that I painted. And so here it is. I cannot believe I pulled this thing off. I decorated it with some of my extra carrots because I may have bought too many of these carrot packs, and I just think it turned out wonderful. This is in our living room, and we don't have a mantle on our fireplace right now, but for some reason we have so many little nails sticking out. So I am using what I have available to me, so it might look a little bit wonky. I'm not sure. I will probably buy some command strips when I am allowed to basically venture out at Walmart without fear of contaminating my children. I really enjoyed this wonderful, wonderful collab. I hope you guys enjoyed my projects and are inspired to see something perhaps you might see as trash and create something beautiful into your own treasure. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel or watch any of my other Trash to Treasure videos. Be sure to watch the playlist that we have created for you down below and check out all of these awesome and inspiring, wonderful crafters. And I will see you guys next time.